He followed him to exile.
This was before independence.
This was 1948 to 1950.
We saw women's power.
Women's power.
How come we don't see that kind of power in our age?
Because the society has been corrupted. You know that Funmilayo fought for universal adult suffrage, the right for women to vote in this country. That right did not come into full fruition, even in the northern Nigeria, until about 1979. You know, the 1979 Constitution now said that every citizen of Nigeria from the age of 18 is old enough to vote and be voted for, with some classifications. These were the products of Funmilayo Ransome-Kuti. And when I look at her life, and I look at the present crops, is it because Funmilayo started from Abeokuta Women's Union, it graduated to Nigerian Women's Union, it graduated to Federation of Women's Society and all sorts, with the likes of Elizabeth Adekogbe, with the likes of Oyinkansola Abayomi, with the likes of Alimotu Pelewura in Lagos, the leader of the market women that Abibat Magaji took over from in 1951. She emboldened women's struggle. With the likes of Adoni Oluwole, the woman who founded a party called Egbe Koyinbo Mati Law, that the Oyinbos should, that Nigerians were not matured enough for independence, that the crop of politicians that will take over will be like a transition from British overlords to Nigerian overlords.
She was right.
She was right. She set up a party and even won a seat in 1954 in Ikirun, in Osun North, to the Western House of Assembly.
Funmilayo got representation for women in Egbaland.
She got, and by extension, Nigeria. And by 1949, because she fought for representation of women in governance, and that there should be nothing like sole native authority, she became one of the 4 members of the representative government from 1949. And from there, she also moved to the House of Chiefs in Ibadan. Contested several elections, some she will win, some she will lose. And when you look at that struggle, even despite the loss of Israel Oludotun, the husband in 1955, to prostate cancer, she still took up with the struggle. Shortly after the death of the husband, she went on tour of the Eastern Bloc, a woman.
That tour.
During the Cold War.
Let's look at your book. You see, Femi Kehinde is a historian. He writes books on history. He is a lawyer.
First and foremost.
And he was once a member of the House of Representatives from 1999 to 2003.
To the glory of God.
Now, when you read Femi Kehinde's book, you have no option but to fall in love with history. You know, I always commend you.
Thank you very much.
For the work you do. That's why I'm never tired of interviewing you. Because sometimes when I'm interviewing you, I just find myself listening. I say, just let him flow. Now, you see, this book is short stroll along History Avenue. In chapter 6 of this book, entitled Feminism as a Credible Force Against Colonialism and Imperialism, the Funmilayo Ransome-Kuti's story as pathfinder in Nigeria, is a chapter you should read. Not just as a woman, but as a student of the future. You need to understand the past. You should read this book. Well written, detailed analysis of events, people, and time. It's not just about this book. Femi Kehinde, before writing his short stroll along History Avenue, wrote this one, Of Rust and Gold, Snippets of History. This is a classic. I mean, classic. If you opened this one, you see, he autographed this copy for me long ago when this book was published. Can you remember?
Yeah, it's 2016.
Aha. So I still keep it. I hold it dear. Here, you will read the history of Ibadan, a mountain point. Samuel Ladoke Akintola in the eyes of history. Here, you wrote a short article, which you now turned into a big book later. You see this? Now, why am I showing you this book? It is the essence of the class. It's a history class, and it's a class of politics and power. In Funmilayo, you can see activism, you can see politics, and you can see power. In Funmilayo, you learn the power of organizing. He also wrote about Funmilayo here in this book. You said how when Obas had to go on exile. So one of the examples he gave in this article when Obas had to go on exile was the exile of the Alaki of Egbaland. I also recommend this book to you. This is the one we are reviewing, but this is a powerful book by the same author, Femi Kehinde.